Welcome to Brickvention 2023. As you can see, it was held at the Melbourne Exhibition Buildings back in January. It's taken a while to get this going. We've been so flat out since January 2023. Anyhow, we attended the Lego convention. This is the second one we've attended. And it's specifically for building with Lego. So we weren't able to take all our layouts, but only the one that was for Lego that we've made using the Lego train and the Lego baseboards. Basically, the concept is that I was trying to prove, that's me there with my grandson, Noah, that MAGNORAIL can move anything. And specifically, the old Lego that I've got on show here, some of this is 38, 40 years old. It was both my son's Lego. Some of the newer things like the wheelchair and the scooter are current Lego City operations. But I thought I would enhance it with the train set and the works department vehicle, which I've fiddled with a bit more, and you'll see later on another video how I've added lights and that to it. But if you're into trains, the L gauge that is the Lego trains is fantastic. Now, bearing in mind that these are all Lego bricks, all just pieces that are put together. It takes a lot of searching and that to get the right angles and buying direct from Lego. But the scale is L scale, is what they call, and everything works. DCC, so they have DCC chips in these trains, so they can operate several on one layout, and a lot of the things like and before you jump down my throat, I know it's not DCC because there's no power going through the track, but it's Lego version of control, remote control, and you can control the lights, the sound, the speed, and the direction with all their new DCC controls. But this is a whole club that does purely Lego trains. The original steam train Spirit of Progress used to run to Albury and be switched around and come back because it was a broad gauge operation when we had two different types of tracks between states. Later on went to diesel, and the S-Class was the main mover, and that came on standard gauge, which meant one train up, one train down to the service to Sydney. So much improved, joining the two capitals together. You name it, these guys have just about made anything from Lego. And a lot of American trains are depicted, and obviously they've been able to get the scale mapping of it, the scale designs, and any colour. That's the beauty of Lego, any colour. So just sit back and watch this for a moment as we go through the Lego trains. There's a range of variety outside of this group that other people have done. The express trains really hurtle around, and of course like my own that you saw, which is the basic city logo, Lego kit. Little things like the loading the timber onto a car, a lot of fine details. If you're not into Lego, I would recommend you go to a Lego exhibition just to see what can be done. Not so much that you want to build in Lego, but to give you ideas. It's all a matter of seeing what other people see through their eyes, and then you think, oh gee, maybe we could adapt that to our HO scale or our N scale. It's really the concepts that you're looking at. The cityscapes are really good, a lot of Lego houses to choose from, a lot of Lego houses. Yes, this is quite an extensive display. Quite an extensive. And that's the beauty of the venue, the Melbourne Exhibition Centre. There's a lot of space. It's one of the major centres for having trade displays and hobby shows and you name it. It's just got beautiful floor space. We weren't crowded. This is reasonably early in the morning, so there's not many people around at this stage. I don't know how many tens of thousands of people went through. You had to book a ticket time to get in, and it was sort of regulated in that respect. Once you're in, you could stay all day, and I can assure you, you can easily stay all day. It's all a matter of picking out, you know, what particular genre you like, and there's so many in Lego. Apart from trains, you know, there's science fiction, there's comic-based stuff, there's you know, vehicle making, you name it, a huge variety. So anyhow, we'll just let this run through, and we'll see what else comes up. The main club with this has done a great job, and they're able to do this in modular form. They can bring it down to a smaller scale, but smaller size, but being Lego, the bigger the layout, the better it looks. So this coming up is just more variations of what people have as Lego. This is a really old one when it was electric, had an electric central track. This is really an antique and a collector's item, this one. So of course now all the new ones are battery operated, or when they switch these over to DCC, they have a DCC chip in them as well. But otherwise you can do Bluetooth controlled. Most of these express trains are Bluetooth controlled now. The only problem I found is obviously the batteries run flat, and it's quite a big job to change batteries, but it's like anything, you know, you put the effort in and you get the result. So this was interesting for its antiquity, and he's kept it to the same, you know, people, all the little figures are from that era as well. The Thomas the Tank Engine set has some unique things. The yellow activation switches toot the horns on the whistles on the vehicles, on the locos, and the blue ones do the stopping or pausing, you know, to pick up people. I'll see if I can pick up the next one coming through. We'll just see. And then we come to a more futuristic one, the monorail. In actual fact, this one was put up for auction, and it sold, I think, for about $900. They're quite unique now and a collector's item. That's the other thing. Lego is very big as a collector item. They have an auction at the start of the exhibition for the participants. So ladies, it's not all trains and what have you. You can create articles of clothing, but wait for it. And I thought I had a movie of it, but I haven't. This was just a bouquet. The lady beside us had done a dress, and it looks quite intricate, and it's all Lego pieces. And when you see it up close, you can just see, they're common Lego items that she's looped together, styled it, and you think, wow, how are we ever going to see that with a train as well? So it's got a train on the back. Anyhow, lo and behold, a bit later, they had a lady who could actually fit in it, and she wore it, and it looked really good. So she paraded around, but I'm really sorry I didn't get a movie of that, but it looked fantastic. Back to the other things of Lego. Are you into Star Wars? All right, so this next section, may the Force be with you. And this was enormous. I don't know how these guys transport it and how they break it down to be transported. But I'm sure they've got a knack to it. But fantastic. Not a Star Wars fan, I'm more Star Trek, so I don't know what this calls, probably a battle cruiser or something. But the detail, even underneath, is just mind-blowing. All right, I won't say too much about this because, as I said, not being a Star Wars fan, I'll probably call this the wrong thing. Is it the Millennium Falcon? I don't know. Anyhow, but the detail again, it's incredible. All the intricate little things that they've built into the set. It's just mind-blowing. So I know it's the good guys because there's no white helmets and that walking around, so it will be my shame that I don't know what they are, but I'm sure you'll find out. So this is obviously an Empire base because there's the white guys kicking around, and once again all the detail down the side are just incredible, really incredible. One thing to note is that MAGNORAIL can move Lego. And so all you people with your Star Wars Lego, we can move that too. As with the classic trains in the previous section, you also had your classic space Lego. Remember, this is all before Star Wars, and a great depiction. Once again, the figures were from the era, and then later on, we're talking around about the 80s, we got all the new Tron and what have you, with the fluoro links, and this was the updated models for space. Glow in the dark. Now for the Harry Potter fans. Now we get up into the big boy stuff, the Technic area, which is a scale in itself, but also you can motorise them, do whatever you like, but it's more intricate type modelling, not so much just blocks. The highlight of the show is the ball delivery factory. This is huge. It does a full circuit, bigger than the train display. But all it does is move these little balls completely around this circuit. And it goes up and over walkways, just a continuous movement of these little balls through whatever they want to be able to think up that can move a ball. As you can see, that's the other part over in the background, coming around. It's just a noise, just a noise. This is Nerdville. If you wanted to think up something that's really cool, well, you then create this piece. So this is the generalist sort of things that were around. Technic again, specifying on these particular items. There. I'll let you just watch this one. Once again, it's the creative elements. Then you're back to some basic Lego again, pirate themes. My son, who has 3 kids, has just bought the Lego pirate ship, and he loves it. Built it, and it can be adapted to 2 or 3 other kits as well. But this is serious Lego building, this lot. Serious Lego building. And who better to come after a pirate's lair? The Phantom, the nemesis of pirates for over 400 years. This great little, and he's my hero too, by the way, this great little depiction of the Bengala jungles, the deep woods. We have the Phantom sitting here on the skull throne, with Devil looking a bit puppy-like, but anyhow, Devil, his faithful wolf, beside him. Yeah, a nice little tribute to the Phantom. And if you've got a little girl in your life, she'll love this section, all the pretty pinks and what have you. I've actually been able to get some of the sets in this genre going on the Lego Moves is Moved by MAGNORAIL, and been able to get the little moped going around. Worth seeing. That'll be on another video as well if you're interested in animating your Lego. But no, a lot of nice little scenes here. Collection of the minifigures. Nice pink spacesuits for the girls. Very sexist, but it's the way of life when Lego comes into your life. The pretty pinks and blues. Now if you're into some serious work, Lego table spread. However, if you're into basketball, check out this little Lego layout. Really well done. Some of it is mechanical and you can actually move them, but generally it's a static display around basketball. Right, now I might say that I'm not a Lego person per se, but I did buy some things from Glowbricks. I look at things and I think, how can I adapt that to my needs? And they sell these LEDs that can be attached to either a USB box or a button battery box. And as you can see, I've adapted them. The tow truck was USB, and this one's the button box in the toilet. I'll tell you about them in a later video. This intrigued me. Lego in a bottle. Didn't get a chance to ask him how he did it, but still, it looked very good. Now, if you want to see something big, people ask, how long can you make MAGNORAIL? Or how high can you stack Lego bricks? Have a look at this. The beauty of the exhibition buildings, that it's got enough to take two-storey build. Wasn't that fantastic? The other big thing are these called micro builds, and this is tiny Lego, but it's sort of like, it's sort of like N scale is to G scale. So you can get a lot more design into something, and there's the Taj Mahal, the train stations and the buildings. So a lot more fiddly and detailed, but can be very effective. Millions of bricks, it's incredible. You can see the size compared to my hand here. Now this one coming up, is it this one? I'm not sure. Just got to wait for the next slide. Yes, it won the first prize by the public. And what a sight it was. Huge castle, but huge detail in it as well. As we progress round, you'll see all the various walls that he's opened up to look into the castle. But the detail, incredible, totally incredible. So it's not a case of you only see the face here, there's things inside of things, inside houses, inside courtyards, you name it, he has created it. It's just a masterpiece in strategic placing of items, but how to build it in the layers. That's what gets me. How it's all integrated into one seamless looking build. Down in the dungeons. Oh dear. What goes on in the Tudor rooms, who knows? And then just another city scene. Once again, you can just get so much detail into things. There's one of the bricks that was going on. If you're into Avatar, you'll know this, the Tree of Life. And we even have blue people in Lego. They've certainly kept up with the market. With all their blocks, they haven't stood still. I think there was a hiatus for a while there, and then they started marketing specific kits and builds. Like Doctor Who, with the angels and the Daleks, spooky stuff, but very good. And so we come to the end of the video. I just thought I'd show you the works department building and toilet that we've got. And once again, I looked at this and I said, it's normally a static display. How can I change this? Well, the couplings on the train are magnetic, so I put a magnet, glued it on, and put a thin wire connecting to the front of the vehicle. So we've got a road rail vehicle that gets towed along, but seemingly when the eye doesn't see it, it's just cruising along behind the train. And it's not until you really look hard that you can see the other piece of the wire. So I was quite pleased with that. I hope you enjoyed this part of Brickvention. As I said, we didn't go as a Lego person, but as a MAGNORAIL person looking to promote Lego. So MAGNORAIL can be adapted to a lot of things. Just keep your eyes open and dream away. Catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Bye.